In this video, we're talking about how to get your hair to curl from the top, how to get root lift and volume. The first thing you need to be focusing on is how you section your hair while you style. I'll show you two sectioning methods that I've had success with. One is when I upright style. I have two sections at the top and two at the bottom. When I create my curl clumps, notice how I direct the hair away from the face. The hair is being over-directed here. Watch how I lift and I swoop it back. Every time you over-direct the hair or direct the hair in a position that it's not supposed to fall in, then automatically you're going to have root lift and volume. Like for example, in this footage, just see how there are little humps being created on my hair. Can you see how the area is lifted? The second kind of styling routine that works for me when I'm looking for root lift and volume would be a half up, half down styling routine. Again, you can see that the hair is being directed towards the front. Now naturally, obviously the hair doesn't fall towards the front, right? And so that slight bit of over direction is going to create volume at the root. My next tip is while you're scrunching, make sure you're scrunching right up to the root. In wavy hair, the definition definitely needs to be encouraged as much as possible. So make sure when you're scrunching, you're not lightly scrunching 2-3 times. You can easily scrunch multiple times without creating frizz if you have enough water in your hair and you're being gentle about it. My next tip is not to use any stylers or moisturizing products on the top few inches of your hair. These products are quite heavy on their own and you'll notice that wavy hair has this tendency to get dragged down. If I were to use product on the top lengths of my hair, imagine my hair getting dragged down like this. My next tip is microplopping. Why does this help? Because when the hair is wet, it is very heavy. If your hair is very heavy while it is drying, you'll notice that your curls and your waves start to drop because of that weight. Microplopping is very important because it reduces some of that weight instantly, making a huge difference to the definition that you get. Plopping also helps for exactly the same reason, because while the hair is drying, while the cast is forming, you're forcing the hair to stay towards your scalp, right? Once the cast forms, the curls are also set. And so when you remove the plop, you'll notice that the definition that you've achieved, it has dried that way. And so it stays for longer. Another point about how I create my curl clumps, notice that I always work in vertical sections and draw the hair away from my face in a right angle. In case your hair tangles up when you're trying to create your curl clumps so drastically away from your scalp, you can slowly start to push the hair upwards, changing the angle little by little. Also make sure that your hair is sopping wet. Another reason why you're probably not seeing definition near your roots is probably hair length. When the hair is really long, it is being weighed down. This is exactly why I keep my hair slightly under moisturized while I'm styling it. As soon as my hair dries, I compensate for that lost moisture and I use a serum or an oil. This not only gives me springy looking results, but it also gives me a lot of added volume. But note that wavy hair needs some length in order to curl. If you cut it too short, you might find that your wave pattern becomes looser or is lost completely. And my last tip is root clipping. I'll tell you when I would root clip in my routine. First I'd style, then I'd microplop, then I'd diffuse my hair. After a gel cast has been formed, that is when I would root clip. Why? Because when the hair is very wet, when you root clip, then it becomes a complete disaster. When you're taking off the root clips, it gets stuck to the hair and you end up ruining the definition and your curl clumps completely. So basically, root clipping is something that I keep for the very end of my routine. An added bonus is it is way easier to apply your makeup when your hair is pulled back and away from your face. These are all of my best tips that I had to share. If, in spite of doing all of this, your hair is not curling from the top, then understand one thing. There are some curl types that simply do not curl from the top and start from mid-length to ends. This could be the inherent nature of your curl type. And so my advice would be to embrace it and accept it rather than criticize it, because I'm sure it's beautiful regardless. I'll insert a picture right here. Notice when I used to heat style my hair and I used to curl it. I never started at the root anyway. I always curled my hair from mid-length to ends. This can be a fierce look on its own. So by all means, do what you can to encourage the definition, but don't force it. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, leave me a comment, and if you're looking for more curly hair content, check out this video right here.